happy. We're going to be talking about the major news because it was one of Liverpool's main summer targets, at least that we know of. Look, GrizzCon, I'm looking at this tweet too, and I'm going to tell you guys how I feel about it, but I am really, really disappointed. Usually, I don't overreact for any kind of transfers, but Lenny Yoro was the one that I really freaking wanted. He was the one that I thought, if there's a generational young talent that you go all in for, and I know we're going to talk about why I at least think it didn't happen, but he's just so freaking good that he's the type of talent that we can't lose out on, especially to Man United of all teams. We cannot lose a talent like that to Man United. Hello, Adam. Hi, guys in the building. Right now, we can talk about the Trent situation too, but first off, I just want to talk about Lenny Yoro. If you guys haven't seen the news already, after this, I'm going to prepare a video. Hey, VR World, how's everybody doing in the building? Yeah, guys, the subject of conversation right now is Lenny Yoro, and I'm going to tell you the details of the deal, but basically he's on his way to Manchester right now to pass his medical with United, and I wanted to, tell you some of the details of that transfer. Apparently, it's a 50 million euro fixed fee, and then there's also going to be 12 million euros in add-ons, right? And you're on the plane, Ruby Games. Where are you off to? But when I saw this news this morning, I was so freaking annoyed because yes, the priority was for Real Madrid. And I understand maybe we don't want a player whose priority is Real Madrid. But the fact that Real Madrid didn't go in for him and now United can sign him, I'm just like, we should have gone in for him. I understand some Liverpool fans. I'm hearing lots of Liverpool fans this morning saying, oh, if he wants to eventually join Real Madrid and his dream club isn't Liverpool, then we shouldn't be signing him. But I personally don't care about that. You're telling me there aren't some players in the Liverpool squad where if Real Madrid came in with a massive offer that they wouldn't go? Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. That is the biggest club in the world, okay? There's just no arguing that. So the fact that he has his priority set on Real Madrid is not a surprise, you know what I mean? But given that Real Madrid didn't go in for him, that's when we should have, fought for his signature, because United literally bid on an offer that's not that high, and the reason why Lille had to accept is because he only has 1 year left on his contract, and Lille needs the money now to be able to reinvest in the market. That's why, apparently. Yeah, I know we got Cody Gakpo, but I'm not. United didn't get him over us. It's just Liverpool never went in with an offer. But that's even more disappointing to me, because it just, like, I have no doubt that if we had tried, he would have chose Liverpool over United. I mean, in this moment in time, of course. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that I don't trust Kwanzaa. I'm not saying that I don't trust Ibu Konate. But when you want to be one of the best teams in the world, which Liverpool always has to be, I say sign Lenny Yoro and say, if you're good enough, you're going to get your spot in the starting 11. And then he'll just have to compete with Kwanzaa. He'll have to compete with Ibu Konate to start alongside Virgil. I'm sorry, that's how it should be. That's how it should be a Liverpool Football Club. And like I said, it really saddened me when I saw this news this morning. Hey, Garvit, nice to see you in the building. What's your take on Anthony Gordon? That's a player we definitely don't need. Anthony Gordon was one of them where when I saw that we were interested, I was just like, nah, if we're going to spend big money, it's on a player like Lenny Yoro, who's generational. And guys, some of you may know that I live in Lille, right? And so I've spoken to Lille fans who've watched him week in, week out last season. The kid is 18 years old and he's at that level already. And so it's so frustrating, because I see people on Twitter saying, oh, everyone's acting like they've seen him. I'm not saying I've seen him week in, week out. I'm not, okay? But everybody that I've heard that has watched him, they all say he's generational. And apparently Liverpool see him as a generational talent. All the big clubs see him as a generational talent. And yet we didn't go in for him at that price. And the only reason he's this price, guys, is because of the fact that he has 1 year left on his deal. And like I said, Lille need the money early in the window to be able to reinvest smartly in this transfer market. So they had to accept this. They were forced. And that's why I'm like, God damn, this was such a market opportunity, you know? I know all things football. I agree. I agree. And trust me, once he goes to United, I'm not going to be speaking about him anymore. I'm just so. Oh, yeah. So for those of you that are joining now that didn't see the news, basically, Lenny Yoro is on his way to Manchester right now to pass a medical, to join United. And I'll tell you, hold on, the deal. So Manchester United want to get Lenny Euro deal as soon as possible to avoid any hijack. And hopefully if there's anyone to hijack the deal, it's Liverpool Football Club. Hopefully. So maybe it's not fully over. This is Fabrizio, by the way. Contract proposal is valid until June of 2029 with an option for a further season with salary increasing every year. Yoro is set to travel to England with his family today. Brendan, I'm so freaking pissed, man. And you know, I'm not one to overreact over transfers. I'm not one to be pissed at FSG because I believe in the long-term vision. I really do and what they've done for this football club. But man, if we don't hijack this deal, and I understand that it's complicated, I'll tell you some of the reasons why I do think we haven't fully bid yet. So one, I think United are able to offer him a starting position, and I don't think Liverpool can do that. And Lenny Yoro, given that he was a starter for Lille, I think whatever club he goes to, he wants to be a starter week in, week out. So I think that's number one. Number two, I do think we'd have to offer him a big contract because United always seems to offer big contracts. And, you know, he's only 18 years old. So how does that look if we're signing Lenny Yoro and we're offering him a bigger contract than Ibu Konate, for example, who's been at the club for a while, who's performed for us at the highest level? Those are two reasons already I can think on the top of my mind as to why we didn't go for him and as to why United are winning the signature right now for this top talent. But still, when I think about those two options, I again go back in my mind. If we want to be the most successful club in the world, if we want, see, you guys are dropping other names like Ignacio, I understand, but to me, they don't compare to this talent and the price. Guys, you have to remember, he just turned 18 years old and he was starting week in, week out in France, and Lille had a top season. They're likely going to qualify for the Champions League, which is not something they often do. Actually, it's something they do kind of often do. Yeah, and guys, if you want, we can also talk about Trent. Brandon, let me know how you're feeling. Leo, I'm gutted how we missed out. Trust me, I'm really gutted. And then after, I promise we'll talk about Trent too. But who did he sign for? He's signing for Man United. He's signing for Man United. And apparently it's true they offered him a top contract proposal and everything like that. But again, sometimes I do think it's worth breaking the market for a top talent. You know what I mean? And that's just... That's why I'm sat here this morning, like, really annoyed, because I really see us as the type of club where when a top market opportunity arises, we go for it. And this really seems like one, because like I said, the only reason he's this price this summer, the only reason he's only 50 million euro fixed fee, which by the way, in pounds is 42 million pounds. 42 million pounds is not a lot of money when we're talking about this level of generational talent. Trust me. And that's why I'm so confused as to why. How old is he? Bro, he's 18 years old. 18. He was my top option to join Liverpool this summer. We had the kit swaps prep, bro. He's 18. And then I'll talk about alternatives. But even someone like Antonio Silva, I think, would cost more. But add-ons, imagine, Nate, it's not just that. It's only a 42 million fixed fee, which in this market is unbelievably low. Trust me. And Brandon says, in terms of Trent, if Ornstein or Fabrizio get involved, then I'll start panicking. Nah, bro, don't even. Brandon, I'll mention Trent now because I see a lot of you guys asking about Trent to Real Madrid. That's one I'm not worried about whatsoever. I'll be honest. I am not worried about that whatsoever. And the reason why is because I have no doubt that Trent, especially all these years he was under Jurgen Klopp, if there's one thing that Klopp taught all of these players that left Liverpool for other big clubs, it's the fact that if he goes to Real Madrid, he'll just be another player. Think about it. They literally just signed Kylian Mbappe. They have Jude Bellingham. They have Vinicius Jr. Like, the list goes on. If Trent goes to Real Madrid, he's just going to be another one of those players. Another one of those players. And I have no doubt that especially Klopp all of these years, think about his whole career at Liverpool, he was managed under Jurgen Klopp, who knows what Liverpool means. And Trent obviously knows what Liverpool means. I personally have zero doubt that he understands that if he signs that contract extension at Liverpool and he eventually goes on to become captain and keeps winning trophies, he's already a legend, but a truly legendary figure. We're talking statues, we're talking about, a player that will be talked about for generations like Stevie G is. I have no doubt that he's aware of that, and I have no doubt that Liverpool will reward him with a top contract because they know talents like Trent don't come around often. So seriously, guys, on the Trent side of things, I'm not saying that I have any insiders on anything because I really don't. I don't have an insight on this, but I'll be honest, I am 0% stressed about that. Zero. I have total faith that he'll sign a new contract. But like I said, Lenny Yoro is one where I'm absolutely devastated. I'll be honest. I'm absolutely devastated. And this is coming from someone that lives in Lille, that has heard from Lille fans what he's about. And then I've been reading about him since because I knew that he was one of our top option targets for a center back option this summer. David Ornstein reported weeks ago that he was our top option, and now we haven't gone for him. I want to see if there's any new updates, but I just had to jump on a live with you guys because I'm seeing a lot of people saying, oh, we're overreacting, all this stuff. But I'm just devastated. I really am. And I'm not, and again, it doesn't mean that I don't believe in Richard Hughes or Michael Edwards or how we're being run behind the scenes. They're much, much smarter than me, and they're actually on this full time. So I'm not criticizing. All I'm saying is I'm devastated. As a Frenchman, as someone that's heard a whole lot about Lenny Yoro, I'll just say I'm devastated. That's it. That's it. I'm devastated. And that's why I had to come on here with you guys and express myself because I'm I feel the blow. You know what I mean? I feel the blow. And again, of course, it's early in the summer. No, there weren't major moves that were going to happen during the Euros or the Copa America. So now, guys, is when transfer season is really going to start picking up. And I do see Liverpool signing 2 to 3 players. I think we'll have to sign a center back with Joel Matip leaving. And I think we'll have to sign a midfielder with Thiago leaving as well. So definitely, guys, transfers are coming. Transfers are coming. But I don't know. I really thought Lenny Yoro, if he wasn't going to Real Madrid, that we would go all in for him. But let me know, guys. Let me know how you feel about, because I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying, oh, if he wants to join Real Madrid, then we don't want him in Liverpool. I think that's total bull. Yo, Saka fan, what's good? You're telling me that there aren't a lot of the Liverpool players in this current squad, if a major bid came in from Real Madrid, that they won't want to join? That's absolute bull, guys. I'm sorry. I understand, like, with my heart, I love thinking that, every Liverpool player like Trent wants to stay at Liverpool to the rest of till they retire. And I do think Trent is one of them, actually, because he is a Scouser. But you're telling me other players in the team wouldn't be tempted by a move by Real Madrid if, for example, in 2 years, Lenny, they come back in for Lenny Yoro and they bid 120 million. Bro, of course you would be tempted, and it would still be good business for Liverpool because we would be making a massive profit. And this is what I mean. This is what I mean. For that price, £42 million fixed fee, it's an absolute bargain. And I know a lot of you are saying, oh, he's just 18 years old. Nah, bro. He's proven himself. And everything I've heard about his mentality, everything I've heard about his ability proves that he's going to make it to the very top. And obviously, I don't think United is the best place for him to go, because we've seen what happens to highly talented players at Man United. No, Trent is definitely not confirmed going to Real Madrid. And the reason I didn't make a video yesterday from Sport Bild, it was Christian Falk that reported that Real Madrid are interested in Trent. He's really not reliable for a lot of the time. So don't take that source seriously. That's why I didn't post. We didn't post on Liverpool goals, because I'm waiting, and like I said, I have complete confidence that he is going to extend his deal. I'll be honest, the one where I'm not confident, and this is how you guys know that I'm not just a deluded Liverpool fan, I have doubts that Salah will sign an extension. I really do think there's a good chance that we lose Salah on a free next summer, because he also has 1 year left on his deal. He said he wants to stay this season, and I think he'll have an unbelievable season. I mean, you look at him bald right now, but I could just see him having an incredible season. But I do worry that the type of contract that a Saudi club will offer him next summer, he'll want to go, given his age. And that makes me really sad because I wish he would sign an extension and I wish he would keep breaking records. But I'll be honest, I do think that Salah, there's a good chance we lose him on a free. But Trent and Virgil, I don't think so. I think Virgil will want to extend given the fact that he's captain and it's a big responsibility to be captain of Liverpool Football Club. And I think Virgil will extend, Trent will extend. I'm really confident of that, you guys. Morata just signed for AC Milan. Yeah, I saw that. Antonio Silva. But Garvey, how much would Antonio Silva cost? That's the problem. It goes back to that same issue. Exactly, guys. Some of you will know Grizz Khan, my boy Grizz Khan, who's part of the Big Six. For 2 tweets, he like criticized the fact that we didn't go for Lenny Yoro, which is exactly how I feel. And now look at this tweet that he just put out. Lastly, my previous 2 tweets don't mean that I've given up on this season already. Of course, I still believe in the squad, still believe in the new coach, still believe we'll bring in 2 to 3 players that the club wants, and I still believe we'll compete. It's okay to be frustrated too. Yoro is so good, and that's exactly how I feel. Like I said, I'm not gonna immediately criticize the way we've done business. I'm not gonna immediately criticize Richard Hughes or Michael Edwards because I fully trust them and I know they're the best in the business. But it's okay to be real frustrated. And that's how I felt. And that's why I felt I had to, communicate that with you guys because I wanted him so badly. I wanted him so badly. And that's because he is a generational talent. And I don't mind the fact that one day he might want to go to Real Madrid. And I don't mind that that's his ultimate dream because that's a lot of footballers who don't come from the Liverpool Academy, if we're being honest. Did Sancho go to Juventus? Nah. But Sancho is likely going to leave United. Nah, there's no chance we're letting. There's no chance we're going for Lamine Yamal. Trust me, Barcelona will do everything they can to keep him, and he'll want to stay at Barca. He's Barca through and through. That's any rumor I see about Lenny Yoro to any club, you already know that's just fake news. John Wick, bro. I can't believe United are getting Lenny Yoro, bro. I can't believe it, bro. I cannot believe it. His career got and that's why I just wish Lenny Yoro waited a little bit because his career could get ruined by going to United too. Wow, guys, Alvaro Morata apparently just completed his medicals. It's insane how many clubs Alvaro Morata has gone to. He's just signed for AC Milan after a 13 million euro release clause was triggered. See, look what Mark Goldbridge just said. Mark Goldbridge just said United have just changed the reputation in the transfer market with one signing. Everybody knows we mean business now, and we're not mugs anymore. Brilliant bit of business. Now get Delict as well. Of course, if I was a United, I messaged my boy Thorvaldur, who's a United fan, and I'm like, you don't understand the coup that you guys are about to get, and I'm so angry. I'm really pissed off right now. Yeah, I know. Rodrigo's release clause is 1 billion. No, thank you. And I think especially FSG say no, thank you. And imagine Man City go for Dani Olmo, bro. Nah, I'm done. Man, guys, I just imagine how legendary it would be if Liverpool hijacked that deal. Imagine if Liverpool hijacked that deal, then he definitely would want, like, surely if he has the right entourage, he would join Liverpool over United. So now I'm just hoping that he somehow hijacks the deal, that we hijack the deal, and he joins Liverpool in the last moment. So he gets his flight to Manchester, we hijack the deal, and he takes a car to Liverpool. That would be legendary, but unfortunately, I don't see it happening. That would be so freaking legendary, though. Oh, there's a cat outside. But yeah, guys, soon I'm going to be preparing a video. I'm going to be preparing a video around Lenny Yoro. Simakan, to be honest, I haven't watched enough of Simakan. Have you guys watched the RB Leipzig right center back and right back? Do you think this is good? I just don't see him on the level of Lenny Yoro. I don't, you know? But have any of you guys watched RB Leipzig and can tell me a bit about him? Because he is the one that we've been linked with the past couple days. Big up to you, Hara La Vivi. Always in the building. Nice to see you, bro. Oh, Mati, you're a Leipzig and Liverpool fan. Let us know, please. Thank you, Drop Gaming. Big up to you. You made me like Liverpool, guys. That's the biggest compliment I could ever receive. When I see some of you guys saying you didn't have a club yet, and I helped you start supporting Liverpool. That's my freaking dream with the channel. You know what I mean? So welcome to the family is all I can say. Welcome to the freaking family. Simakan is a good player, good pace, good defending, but is not good physical. Is quite the player. His last injury was 2020. Yeah, go 12. You saw we included that in the video. But yeah, I haven't. Please don't get him. You guys don't want Mark Gehi? The Crystal Palace center back who was unbelievable for England at the Euros. Would you guys not want to sign him if he was available for about 50 million, which is the reported price? I'm not so sure Sepp Vandenberg is going to end up staying. From what it seems like, we're still asking for 20 million euros, and it looks like a club might potentially go for that. So I'm not so sure that Sepp Vandenberg is actually going to end up staying because he wants first team football. I'll take Mark Gahey. Has no pace. Bro, he's real good though. How did you find? Gamer, Kano Gamer, how did you find the channel? Is JSM still gutted? Nah, I think he is so used to winning trophies as a City fan that he doesn't mind it. Nah, Calafiori, it looks like he's going to Arsenal as well, so that's another target that we just didn't end up going for. Nah, bro, the one I wanted most was Lenny Yoro. He's the one. Brandon, who do you think, who do you want us to go for now in the center back option? Because that's most definitely uh, a position that we have to go for this summer. I mean, I love Jarrell Kwanzaa, and I think we need to keep him no matter what. I freaking love him and think he can make it to the very top. But we need more depth in that position, and you see how injury-prone Ibu Konate, Virgil's getting older, and that's why we needed to go for someone generational like that, you know? De Ligt? No, it looks like United are going for De Ligt too, and I'm not the biggest fan of De Ligt, to be honest. I'm not. I know, Garvit. That's why I wasn't happy. Did Matip leave? Yeah, Joel Matip left on a free transfer. He already left. Yeah, United are getting him. I know, and this is the new United ownership too. Like to be like the moment I saw that the sporting side of things was changing within United, I knew that they were going to be back in terms of recruitment. I knew that was going to be the transitional time for United. That's what they needed, and I do think this means we could see United going back towards the direction they used to be in. You know, so that's why we need to be at our very top because the Premier League is only going to get more and more competitive. So Florian Plettenberg just said, been told that Man United have offered Lenny Yoro a salary of around 7 million euros gross per year. it's hard for me to to think about how much that is compared to our squad. I wish I could see like look now the Times Sport have also said he's en route to England to undergo a medical right now after a 52 million pound fee was agreed. Bro, it's all over. Yeah, the scouts are the Lavia and Caicedo deals. Those I think they decided to join Chelsea in the end, and I think a big part of that is they were offering much bigger wages and much longer contracts. But with Lenny Yoro, bro, offer him as long of a contract as you want, seriously, because he's gonna be worth so much more in a few years. I don't think you guys understand in this market that price of 42 million pound fixed fee is an absolute bargain. And the only reason he's at that price I mentioned before is because he has 1 year left on his deal, and Lille are desperate to sell him right now because they need that money to reinvest in the market right now because they need to get ready for the next season. You know what I mean? And they can't wait to sell him because then they could be screwed. If they sell him at the end of August, then they won't have that time to reinvest the money they got for him, you know? So, bro, I don't think he's the next Wayne Rooney, bro. He's a center back. He's not a striker. You got to do your homework. Yeah, but here's what I don't understand. Gulati, even if he was going to go to Real Madrid, let's say in 3 years' time, if he's on that trajectory, his price would be double what he's worth now. That's what I don't understand. So even if we had him for 3 years and he significantly helped us in those 3 seasons, and then we make double the money on him, then that's a great deal. You know what I mean? So that's what I don't understand about Liverpool fans saying, "Oh, but his heart is eventually set on Real Madrid." Yeah, but so would other players. If Real Madrid comes knocking, let's be honest, very few players would reject that. And I think Trent is one of the few that would reject it, you know? Because they can offer the top wages. They can offer potentially winning the Champions League every season and winning La Liga. So that's a club that you can't ever discount no matter what. And now, guys, I really think the transfer market is absolutely gonna just fire up. And you heard, I think it was Richard Hughes actually in the press conference with Arne Slot who said that the transfer season was slow before because you had the Euros and the Copa America, and the players were just completely concentrated on those competitions or on holiday. But now the transfer season is going to come knocking like that, and I think now Fabrizio Romano is going to not sleep for the next month and a half because we're going to be seeing a whole lot of transfers. I think seriously, so things are going to start to pick up, which is exciting. But at the same time, it's not exciting if if we're losing out to clubs like Man United, and that really freaking pains me because you guys know how much I wanted to see him come. Big up to you, Legacy X Saka. Liverpool too slow, but bro, you're gonna see the most excited, happy Leo if Liverpool somehow hijacks this deal and he takes the plane to Manchester and then a car to Liverpool. You will see the most excited or hyped Leo you'll ever see. So, although I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. And I don't see Frimpong happening either. Guys, let me know if you want to see Jeremy Frimpong at Liverpool. He's another one that's been highly linked because he apparently has a release clause that ends next week. So one club is definitely going to go for it, given the price seems to be like around 33 million euros, which is very cheap. And I just don't see us going for him because I do think Trent is going to stick in that right back position. I think that's just his best position, whipping in balls from the right hand side. I think it's pretty clear that Trent is not a midfielder. You know, we'll have to see. We'll of course have to see. But Trent just seems to be so well suited as a right back, you know, in terms of his ability on the ball and how he can whip them in. But and then again, we have Connor Bradley as a backup. So I just don't see why we'd be spending big on Jeremy Frimpong, even though I, of course, really highly rate him. Unless he can somehow play right wing, but he's not left footed. I just don't see I just don't see us going for Jeremy Frimpong. Lenny Yoro is going to United, bro. He's on the plane right now too, heading to Manchester. Scousers Rising's in the building. Nice to see you, bro. Yes, it's a big loss for us. I'm just freaking hoping that we hijack the deal. By the way, guys, for all the OGs in the building, you remember this cup. Now that I'm back in Iceland, I just got back last night. Look at what's coming back on the channel, and I'm so hyped for all the live streams. It's gonna be here, my favorite cup in the world. You guys know how much I love water. It's one of my passions in life. Look. This cup. Thanks to this cup, I drink about 5 liters a day. It's literally the size of my head. It's supposed to be a vase, I think, but I asked this for like a birthday gift, and I drink like maybe 5, 6 of these a day, and trust me, it's the biggest game changer in life. Like I never drink soda or anything like that, but to just drink water all day, my God, guys, I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It's a game changer in terms of giving you that energy and making sure that you're never dehydrated. Because I think many moments when we fall sick or don't feel great, I think dehydration is a big part of it. This cup is more OG than most of us. Yup, Garvit, although you're one of the absolute OGs. Some of you guys are asking about Endo. Do you think he'll play in the first team? I'd love to hear your guys' opinion. I love Wataru Endo so much. I do think we need to sign another defense-minded midfielder. I think that and a center back has to be our priority. But this is how highly I rate, not necessarily Wataru Endo's ability. I still think he's a top ability, but maybe you could find a player with a better ability, but his mentality, bro. I love Wataru Endo's priority so much, and mentality so much. And that's why I think if someone comes in, and he even said he's not afraid if we sign another defensive mid, he likes the fact that he would have more competition for his place. And like I said, I think if you give him competition, you get the best out of him. Bro, he's so competitive. He has that mentality about him that I think it would only bring the best out of him. And I think he could definitely have a starting spot in our team. I really back him to get that starting spot in the team. I love Wataru Endo, and I think a lot of you guys do too. I mean, I met a Liverpool fan in the south of France like 2 days ago. He was wearing a Jaden Dance. Some of you that were on the stream would have seen he was wearing a Jaden Dance shirt, and he also got a Wataru Endo shirt. So like he's one of his favorite players, you know, and I think he's become already like a kind of cult hero since he's joined from Stuttgart, because he's just a signing that nobody expected, and yet he's won a lot of our hearts because you just know he's that guy that's going to give 120% every training session, every time he plays for us. And that's the mentality you want around the club. You know, even if he ends up becoming a squad player because of his age, he's still the best type of squad player to have around, because he's going to make sure that everybody in training is going to be on it. Otherwise, he could take your spot, you know, and that's what you need at Liverpool Football Club. Who signed Lenny Yoro? Man United, bro. Man United. Do I think Liverpool can sign Nico Williams? No, we don't need him. It goes back to the same thing that you guys were talking about with Anthony Gordon. We don't need a left winger. That's like the last position we need in the team. Think about it. We have Luis Diaz. We have Cody Gakpo, who's proven that's his best position again this summer, doing so well at the Euros. And Diogo Jota can play on the left. So we literally have 3 top options that can play left wing. Why sign a left winger? Like literally. If there's any position in the front three that we need more so, it's either definitely a right winger for the future with Salah eventually leaving, or a center forward. You know? So definitely left winger is the last position I think we need literally on the entire pitch, apart from maybe goalkeeper unless Kelleher leaves. So any rumors or like people wanting to sign a left winger, I don't understand it. He's an incredible right winger, and he's definitely one of the players of the Euros, no doubt about it. He was in the team of the tournament and everything like that, and he only just turned 22. So he's an incredible talent, but we don't need him. We don't need him, and let's be smart, you know? Yeah, Gakpo is so good. I'm so excited to see Gakpo on that left wing under Arne Slot, who plays really attacking football. That's, for me, one of the things I'm most excited to see in preseason or just like the start of the season is how Cody Gakpo can thrive under this new manager. Because let's be honest, he was kind of a versatile squad, just a player that was played all over before under Klopp, and I think he's too good of a player to use that way. The problem is I also rate Luis Diaz so highly that I also think he needs to start. So I don't know what's gonna end up happening, you guys. But either way, our attack is something I'm not worried about whatsoever. If anything, it's the defensive areas that we need to strengthen in. We need to keep more clean sheets next season if we want to compete for the title. That's number one. Because you look at that front five, you look at the talent that we have in our midfield now with the likes of Szoboszlai and Maka, goals and assists will come from there too. I'm not worried about us scoring, but I'm worried about us defensively. I really am. And I say that because, last season we gave up goals way too easily. We really did. And you guys know how much I love Ibu Konate, but he is injury prone and we can't fully rely on him. We can't. Judo Pandev. Yeah, I remember Pandev, bro. He's Macedonian, right? Isn't Pandev? I remember him from his Serie A days. Yeah, he's from Macedonia. He's now 40 years old. Let's see what club he played the most. Yeah, so I remember him from the Serie A, and yeah, now that I look at his appearances, I see for Genoa, he made 176 league appearances, and then he made 159 appearances for Lazio. So those were like the main two clubs of his career. But yeah, I definitely remember him. Honestly, I'm not a huge fantasy Premier League guy. I prefer Sorare at this point. That's what I play more. Because of just habit, I think, and the prizes. But Simakan, that's the thing, bro. I haven't seen enough of him. I haven't seen enough of him. What do you think about Messi? I think he's the absolute goat of football. I think, a lot of people were talking about like the numbers that Lamine Yamal would have to get to if he wants to end the career on Messi's like numbers, and that's not even accounting for the magic that Messi would produce on the pitch week in week out. But if you just talk pure numbers, it's insane. I think I read somewhere that it was like for 20 seasons Lamine Yamal would have to get 50 goals and assists, which is just absurd. And it again proves how much of an alien Messi was during his career. It was not normal. Like it's just I just don't see how another player is able to do that in the future. I genuinely don't. Like he's just on a different level. It's Ronaldesi. I like that discusser, but still, I think Messi is just on another level. I really don't think you can compare him to Ronaldo anymore. Now with the trophies, he's won at the international level. I really don't think he's literally won every trophy he could win for Argentina now. And I know Speed would not be happy about that, but I don't care. He would probably fight me and bark at me, but I do not care. Because that's just facts. It's just the truth. What teams do you see pushing for the top four? I'm worried that Chelsea might. I mean, you look at how good Cole Palmer is, and some of the players they'll be signing. They got the coach from Leicester who had a very good season. I think you can't discount Chelsea. You can't discount United either. I mean, with some of the signings they look to be making this summer, they're gonna be like the Premier League next season is gonna be competitive on another level. Even you look at Tottenham, they just signed Archie Gray, who I would have loved at Liverpool, and you know the way Ange Postecoglou has turned things around at Tottenham too, you can't discount them either. So there's just the amount of clubs, and of course I'm not mentioning City and Arsenal because I think their Pep is definitely going to be there next season. So is Arteta. So I think Man City and Arsenal are 100% sure to get top four. But then the other positions, bro, it's going to be so competitive next season, and that's why this summer we really, really need to get our recruitment right. There's no room for error if we want to keep getting that Champions League spot, let alone compete for the title, because of the fact that just Arteta and Pep now have a lot of experience at the highest level there, and like I said, I think there's no doubt they'll both be competing for the title next season. I mean, I do think Arsenal is going to sign a striker. Personally, I think Ivan Toney is going to end up there just because he has 1 year left on his deal at Brentford, and he doesn't look like he's going to extend. So I think Brentford will be forced to sell him this summer. And if there's a club I see him going to, I think it's Arsenal. And I rate him so freaking highly. I think he's a killer. I think he's a killer. And that's what Arsenal are missing. And that's why I would not be surprised if Ivan Toney ends up joining Arsenal. I thought at one point he could potentially join United, but as we saw, Zerki ended up joining United, who I, by the way, always sign on Football Manager because he's so good on Football Manager. But what do I think? Pranav, I haven't seen enough of him. I just seen he had a really good season for Bologna. He seems like a top player. But again, I'm not usually worried when players go to United because so many seem to flop. But Lenny Yoro is the first one where I've been truly, truly annoyed because of how much good I've heard about him. You know, Alinas is in the building. Nice to see you. What about Char? Nah, bro. We need to be targeting better players than that. No offense to him. You know, he's a Premier League player and everything, but we need to be investing a young talent in a young talent like Lenny Yoro who's going to be able to grow. I know Mark Goldbridge has to be the happiest person right now. I see on Twitter how much of a monumental signing he knows this will be for United, and I agree. I agree. I texted my United friend right away, and I was like, bro, you guys are getting a very, very special player if he ends up joining United. Zerki is Bobby Berbatov type striker. Yeah, he seems to be really well rounded. Like it seems like he could be the type of player that can play again. Even though they have Hoyland, the fact they'll have to compete for that striker position week in week out is going to be the best possible thing. The Irish guy, nice to see you in the building. But that's what we need as well. Every top club, and we want to be the best club in the world. We want to compete with Real Madrid. We want to be beating Real Madrid in the Champions League. We need competition for places. And like I said, I do not care if if I'm the recruitment and I'm trying to get Lenny Yoro. I understand that we have Ibu Konate and Virgil obviously is our captain. He's knocked on to start, but those two of Kwanzaa and Ibu Konate, I love them and rate them so highly. But I think a Liverpool Football Club to have competition for places is what needs to happen. So if Lenny Yoro was to come in and he's better than both of them, then that's just gonna push them to get the best out of them. That's what needs to happen at our football club, you know. And I say that like as the biggest Ibu fan. I think he's so well rounded, and I think he can absolutely become world class. But I think we need to have those competition for places, and I think that's how you get the best out of every player. And I think all the biggest clubs in the world have that, and we need to be at the pinnacle of football because Klopp has brought us to this place, and we need to take advantage now of the position that we're in, where we have all these top players, where the academy's in the best place it's been in forever, just the training ground, everything. Right now, Liverpool Football Club is in the best place to make sure we stay at that pinnacle of football, you know, and that's why the recruitment is everything. You know, we saw how wrong, how badly things went on at United after Sir Alex left. And I think a major part of that is how wrong they got the recruitment. You know, a lot of top managers ended up going there. They weren't successful. I think a lot of it, obviously, there's a lot that we don't know behind the scenes, but recruitment is always number one, you know. And like I said, I completely agree with Grizz Khan, who I read his tweet earlier. I'm not worried in terms of like we have the smartest people behind the scenes, and I'm not gonna criticize them. All I said is I was so freaking disappointed, and I think that's how I'm gonna end this live for now, because I'm gonna prep for the videos for today for you guys. But I just again want to reiterate that I'm just really disappointed looking at the price tag that United are gonna be paying. I do not want Upamecano, bro. No, thank you. Nope. The price tag that United are paying for Lenny Yoro is why I felt I had to jump on the live with you guys and talk, because I really wasn't happy with the situation. And yeah, nerdy boy, I'm also going to prepare a video on Trent to Real Madrid. So that's why, guys, I'm going to be ending the live now and prepping the videos for today. But big up to all of you that joined in the building. You're going to be seeing a lot more streams in the next month and a half, because now I'm based in Iceland. I'm fully here, and the transfer season is fully going to pick up, you guys. So there's going to be a lot more news around the transfer market, and you best believe that we'll be covering all of that. We'll be doing live streams to talk about it all. And again, thank you all very much for your support. You guys really are the best. This is the best freaking community. And yes, Zyork, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to be preparing the shorts for the day, because there's a lot of news that has arisen. And yeah, guys, I'll speak to you all very soon. Big up, everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Speak soon.